Good afternoon. We are back again this afternoon. It's Tuesday, and we know that we are heading towards weekend, a big one, MTN 8, Sundowns, and Cape Town City. Sheikhs, I'm sure will want to talk about that. But let's look what happened over the weekend. Good things happened for most of the teams. But Sheikhs, welcome to the show. Greet the viewers. And then immediately, let's talk about what happened over the weekend. The good news.
Okay. Thank you, Prasobri, for having me on the show. And good afternoon to the viewers out there. Hopefully, you will enjoy the show.
Right. Sheikhs, we saw Pirates. They went to Africa. They did well. We saw that Amazulu, and remember, you spoke to Mr. Zongo, and then they experienced the same thing. Benny was saying they were testing them many times for for COVID, and then the next thing they said to one player, their defender, one of their strongest defender, is positive, and all of a sudden they said no, it's negative. And then, they were just playing a mind game. But you know about that. Let's start with Amazon and then coupled with the experience that they experienced together with your experience.
Yes, Prasobri, if you can remember last week, we spoke about this. We spoke about these mind games that you get when you go to Africa. You know, you must be mentally prepared for things like this because they happen all the time. And it happened with Amazulu again, and they were strong enough to deal with those issues, and they managed to come out of the lion's den unscratched. You know, I'm very proud of Amazulu, Usutu.
You know, I must say, I'm impressed by Mr. Zungu. You know, he was there with the players. That plays a major role. Remember, we spoke about it at some point. You said you guys, during your time, when you see that Dr. Petrus Mutsipe is there, all of you will go all out, to want to impress. So I'm very impressed. He's there all the way. He doesn't say, okay, guys, I'm busy. You can go on your own. And then congratulations to Amazulu. And I like what Benny said. Benny said, I told them, and the experience that they gain after this, they'll never get it anyway. And then this is going to make them stronger, and this is going to strengthen them as they go to the league. And this is also what you said. So congratulations to Amazon. Then we saw Marumo. Remember that Marumo also, they also qualified. Give us the news there. What happened?
Yeah, with Marumo, wow, what a result for them, what a big result for them. I'm so proud of them. I'm so proud of the coaches that are there because they are my former teammates who I played with at Aces. I played with David Matebula and I played with Mpo, who is coaching there. And since those guys have been there, you can see that their knowledge is rubbing off to the other players, and for them also to make it through on the group stages, it will give them a lift, a big lift also for the PSL, because when you're playing there, you gain a lot of experience, just like Benny's team. They'll take a lot from going to Congo and coming back there. They were taking pictures with soldiers there. Now they've gained a lot of experience. So Marumo as well, I'm proud of them. And you know what they have in common? All these teams that have made it through from South Africa, they all being coached by South African coaches, Prasobri. It tells you something.
I love that. I love that. Because I've been always arguing that let's look at stats. Foreign coaches, what have they brought?
Yes. And Mangoba Mniti mentioned it, He said we need to give our local coaches a chance because you can see what they're doing. 4 teams, all of them are locally coached. So we need to start believing more in our own,
Yeah. And remember, Benny said he's the first coach who took Amazulu to position 2. Positioned
It's
in
true.
their own history, starting even during those time of Cedric Lulu and so on. He's the first coach to go up to number 2. 1. Second, Benny is the first coach to go to the next round, in Africa. You know, we want to say big up to South African coaches. I know that Peter Msimane is one of the proponents of local select. So now we also saw Amapakania, Orlando Pirates. They did well, Happy Jelle scoring the winner. And but what is more interesting, they're going to the next round. So, and not only that, what can we say about Kabuyelo? Kabuyelo, what do they call them again? Bafana Bastyle. So
Bafana Bastyle,
Bafana Bastyle, you know. So as usual, you know, we trust Mamelodi Sundowns. Mamelodi Sundowns has proven over and over again that they are a team to be reckoned with. We want to dominate in Africa, guys. It can't be always the teams in the north are the ones who dominate. We must also dominate. And what else? What a boost for the coach of Kaizer Chiefs, at the embattled coach. Finally, they won. And guess what? Bernard Parker. Everybody was saying Bernard Parker is old. But guess what? He scored the brace and he became the man of the match. What do you want to say about that?
Yeah, firstly, if I can touch on my team Sundowns and then go on to Chiefs.
Yeah.
And
I'll not be fair to allow you to talk about Sundowns. So let me allow you to speak about Sundowns.
Yes, yes, Prasobri. It's my team, and I'm proud of the team, you know, because you know, Patrice had a clear vision from the beginning when he signed us. I think I was one of the first players to be signed by Patrice, and he had a clear vision all along that he wants to conquer Africa. And people were saying that you think money can buy success in football. It's proven that money is important. But also, I think not just money. With Sundowns, there was always money, but not the right things were being done. All these coaches brought in, but they didn't get the results that Pizzo came in and done. So you have to give Pizzo credit also. And you must also understand, Prasobri, that it's with Sundowns, also the culture in the team. I think the identity, it's a team that has an identity, you know. So when the buying power is also there, it just adds to that. Sundowns has always had a certain philosophy, so it's easier for them to just carry on with that philosophy and sharpen the philosophy, but they have it. So and it's also something worth saying that Sundowns is now 7 times in a row making it to the group stages, and that's impressive. No other South African team has made it twice to the group stages in a row, and Sundowns have done it 7 times in a row since Pito came in. They've been in the Champions League, so credit to them, and let's hope they can take it even further this time and win the Champions League, or maybe even play against Amazulu in the final. That would
be lovely. That would be lovely. And then let's move on quickly because there are a whole lot of news. I think we have done Kaizer Chiefs because the time. Okay. Let's go to Europe. I want to touch on this one. I think Ronaldo was supposed to be given a red card. I don't know whether you saw the incident. That was too violent. And then the other thing that I've picked up with Ronaldo, he's a bad loser. Once he loses, he throws tantrums and you know, and blaming other players. And I see that Chiellini and the other player in Juventus, they seems relieved by his departure. I think he was causing too much pressure. Remember, when we lose, it's all of us who lost. But it should not be like, no, some people are causing us a loss. Do you understand? All of us must fall on the sword. So I don't know what's your take on that one. I don't know whether you saw the incident. Yeah. He lost the ball, and then he went for the player.
Yes, about the incident, if I have to judge with the incident, he was clearly frustrated with what was happening on the day, and he lashed out there. But what I think saved him from the red card is the fact that he kicked the ball. It was frustration, but he kicked the ball. If the ball wasn't there and he was kicking, he would have got a red card. I think that's what the referee saw and the VAR saw, that maybe it's fair to give him a yellow card because he kicked the ball, even though you could see that that was frustration and that was lashing out, It's lucky. On another day, some other referee would say that's a red card.
But he was going for a player. He was kicking the player. He was really frustrated. And then...
yeah, I know. He was frustrated, but, also in his defense, Ronaldo, what makes him the best and what makes him what he is because he's a winner, he hates losing, So that will also show the frustration. I mean, when you're getting 5-0 and you consider yourself one of the best players in the world and then you get given 5-0, that's not going to go down well. So, yeah, I can understand he's frustrated, but you must always keep a cool head when you're a player. He could have cost his team more, just like Pogba as well. Pogba just came on, and you can see the head is not right, man. With Pogba, Scholes was complaining about him, saying, you know what, even if he leaves, nobody's going to miss him. Because he believes that Pogba doesn't wear his shirt on his sleeve. He doesn't play for the badge. He plays when he wants to play. So I think the mentality was just not right at that time, and they were making silly tackles, and it cost them, with.
All right, Shakes. We got cut there. He was touching on the issue of Paul Pogba. And then, Paul Pogba, I think he's a little bit unsettled at the team, and then one could understand why. We know for a fact that Paul Pogba has been saying he wants to play for Barcelona, he wants to play with Messi. That has been his wish. And then at some point, he once said he wants to play for under Zinedine Zidane. So all those things, if you put them together, they frustrate a player. And his brothers at some point, they made a plea to Barcelona that, please, can you guys take Pogba? And then now we know that Messi is not at Barcelona anymore. So because Messi is now not at Barcelona anymore. So that means he won't have that opportunity of playing with Messi. And I don't think Messi's left with many years. And then so one understands why he was frustrated. And while I'm still talking about Messi, and then I need to talk about PSG. PSG, they look like a very good team, especially up front, but I'm worried about their midfield and the back four. The midfield, they lose too many balls unnecessarily sometimes. And then, there's not the understanding. They don't understand Messi, but I can see Verratti. Verratti seems to be, understanding Messi. And I saw Messi and Verratti talking a lot during the game. And I see Messi connecting very well with Mbappe. Of course, Messi with Neymar, they come a long way. They always connect. So there is, up front, there is a problem. There is no problem. The problem is in the midfield, especially when Verratti is not there. And I don't know what's going to happen because Verratti was substituted due to injury. I hope that injury is not going to keep him out of the game for too long. Not only that, at the back, maybe when Sergio Ramos comes and then they will stabilize. Remember, Sergio Ramos is not only a good defender, he's a leader. He talks, he marshals the defense. Not only the defense, he motivates and so on. They need such a player. Now what I've seen with PSG, they lose too many balls, careless passes. And when you lose balls due to careless passes, they will bury you. And then we saw in Italy, Juventus, and Inter, they played 1-1 draw. And then what a game, what a game. And while I'm still there, I want also to talk about the English teams. I want to talk about Chelsea. Guys, Chelsea, they are a team on a mission. They are a team on a mission. They won 7 out of the best. So they did absolutely well. What you call Chelsea. There's this young man called Mount. The boy is a gem. Mount is a gem. Not only Mount, Chelsea, they're a team to watch. Shakes, I was now touching on Chelsea. Are you now impressed with Chelsea? I see Chelsea, they're a team to watch in the near future. What's your take about Chelsea?
Rasobri?
What's your take about Chelsea? I see that they're a team to watch. Remember, they won 7-0. 7-0.
Rasobri is going to be a tough one. They're right there at the top right now. The heavyweights are there. Man City is there. Liverpool is there. I think it's going to be that 3-horse race for the championship. And Chelsea are really showing that they are made of stand stuff. They did that without Lukaku, who is their main man up front. So Chelsea are definitely a team to watch this season. They did it without Lukaku and Thibaut Werner. So those players are still going to come in. I think the coach there is the right fit for the team, you know.
He knows what he's doing.
He knows what he's doing with those players. And they're definitely going to get stronger. You know, they have the confidence. They're the European champions, by the way. So Chelsea are a big team, and Liverpool and Man City must be careful.
Shakes, before we close, this will be the last subject. Morocco Swallows, what do you think about, since Truta came in, what do you think? Remember, they played a draw again, but the good thing is they never lost, right? So what's your take? What's your take? Is he the king of a specialist of draws or what? What's your take about Morocco Swallows?
Yeah, with Morocco Swallows, you know, it's a team that's close to my heart. You know, my father supports the team. I grew up watching the likes of Calvin Peterson, the likes of AC Mnini, you know, a special team, especially in my family, you know. So I always want to see them do well. And they came in the PSL, and we were happy because they were unbeaten for a while and they were doing well, you know. But they are just collecting too many draws, and they are failing to shut the back door when they score. They let goals in. So I don't know, you know, Truta, I think it was worse now when he wasn't there, when he went on leave. I think the assistant coach was struggling with them. So I think maybe let's give him a chance to Truta. Let's see what he can do, you know. With Hamaldin, I also think he's a special player, you know. He just needs to get onto form and start scoring those goals because he's capable. He's capable of scoring goals.
You see, for me, I think Truta needs to be given a chance. If I was somebody who was advising Swallows, I would say, don't disturb this guy. As much as you don't agree. You know, one thing that encouraged me about Truta, he went all the way from Let Africa with Swallows, went to the PSL. He did well. He was in the top 8, all right? And so why are you fixing what is not broken? All right. We may not like that he's playing draws, but I think he closes at the back. I once heard Jomo Sono said, if you want to win the game, you win the game with the defense. If the defense is so solid, the game is won. So I think that's where Truta is specializing. He wants to close the back door, all right? And then that works for him. So if I was advising, so I would say, keep this guy, Let him continue with the team, guys. And then let's see what's going to happen. Don't rush to fire him. So that's me. That's me. I don't know what to say on that one before we close.
Yeah, I'm with you also on that one. He needs to be given a chance, and you know what, like you said, he defends the goal well. When you defend, you already have a point. If you don't concede a goal, you already have that 1 point. So it's important to know how to play in this league. If you want to survive in this league, you don't leak goals. Because if you've got a strong defense, you're always going to get a nick in there with the goal there and there in the corner or something. You're going to get something. But if you are leaking at the back, it's a problem, So that's where it starts with the defense and making sure that you're solid at the back. Then you will survive in this league.
Let me ask this one question, the last one. What's your take of Langerman? Do you think has he brought something new, added value in Swallows, or nothing has changed? Or what's your take of Langerman?
I think Langerman, he will bring that experience that he took from Sundowns. He's played in the Champions League. He was a regular player under Pizzo, and he's a hard worker, So I think it will take a bit of time also for him to gel with the Swallows team. But I think he's a good addition. He's somebody who can work for the team. He's a workaholic for the team, so he can work for Swallows, and maybe also with the youngsters in the change room, give his experience, because it's not only on the field, a player like him who's won the CAF Champions League can add value in the change room as well.
Okay. Shakes, we go to my favorite, the Messi special. And going there to the Messi special, which is my favorite. Can you see what I've shown?
Not yet. Yes.
Can you see it?
See it now, yes.
All right. Is it visible enough?
Yes, it is.
Okay. I'm coming for the Messi special. But before I go to the Messi special, Klopp said the game between Liverpool and Man U, it was going to be Ronaldo and Mo Salah. And he went further to say he thinks Mo Salah is better than Ronaldo. If you ask me, with the performance that Mo Salah is showing, if he continues this way, 2022 is the one who's going to win the Ballon d'Or. I don't know what's your take. And I'll be happy if he wins the Ballon d'Or. Moreover, that is an African.
Yeah, that's only the truth, Prasobri. Mo Salah showing signs of being one of the greatest. And something else about Mo Salah is that he's an example of a player who can improve, He played at Roma first. He wasn't noticed that much. He came and he played at Chelsea, but he wasn't what he is now. So he's a player who's improved through time, and now he's showing everybody that he's capable of doing great things, and he's done those things. Look what he did now, scoring a hat-trick in a big game like that, and nobody scored a hat-trick at Old Trafford in over 15 years.
Yeah, I agree with you. And remember, if I'm not mistaken, the first, I don't know whether it could be the first, the player who won the Ballon d'Or from Africa was George Weah, if I'm not mistaken. And I don't remember we have an African who has won the Ballon d'Or. So that would be very good to see Mo Salah winning the Ballon d'Or, Although I have my own reservation with Ballon d'Or. Ballon d'Or is like he's looking in Europe. What about the players in South America? What about the players in Africa? They're not even considered. Pizzo at some point was having a gripe on that one, that because Pizzo has done well, but he's not even nominated among the coaches who deserve to win the Ballon d'Or. But that's a politics on another level. I'm showing the trend. They say Lionel Messi is leading with 78.3% as we speak. Lewandowski 16.7%, and then N'Golo Kante is dead, number 3, 8.1. Kylian Mbappe, 7.7. Cristiano Ronaldo, 6.7. Jorginho, 6.7. Kevin De Bruyne. I don't see Benzema here. Well, for me, I don't think that was wrong that Benzema is not here. I think Benzema was just brought in just to, try to justify that Messi should not win it. But unfortunately, Sheikh's Ballon d'Or number 7 is loading. I don't know. What's your take?
No, definitely Ballon d'Or number 7 is loading. You can see the gap is huge between Messi and his competitors.
Yeah.
His head above shoulders, the best player in the world, and he deserves it. I can't say anything much about that one. Messi, to me, he's the GOAT, and he deserves that award.
No, it's not only about playing, his personality. You know what Mbappe said during the Champions League? He said Messi was about to score a hat-trick. And when there was a penalty, I said, take it. Then Messi said, no, you take it. Let's score 2 each. You know what? How many players do that? How many players?
Yeah.
You know it, Sheikhs. I know it myself. Yeah. Not many players can be so generous like that. Sheikhs, it was good doing the show with you. I really appreciate. Thanks for showing on the show. It takes a lot. It takes your time. It takes all efforts, but much appreciated. May you just bid the viewers farewell.
All right, I'd like to bid the viewers farewell. Hope you enjoyed the show, and please subscribe on our show. Tell us what we can improve on, because we're here for you to give you the best content. Thank you, Prasobri, for having me on the show.
Thanks, Sheikhs.